Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Behind me, 2014 Subaru Crosstrek. We're going to be changing the front brake pads and rotors. Let's get started. First thing we want to do is jack the vehicle up, put it on jack stands. We'll pull our tire off. 19 millimeter. Now we'll turn our wheel all the way to one side to get better access to our caliper. The first thing I like to do is take a flat screwdriver, put it in between these windows, up against our rotor, and we'll pull the caliper in our direction. Just keep pulling on it. And what this does is sets in our caliper pistons ahead of time. Kind of gives us a head start. It also lets us know that our slide pins are working. See how they're sliding? But if you're not able to do this step, that's okay. It's not necessary, just kind of a little bonus. Just go all the way until it bottoms out. There we go. Take off our caliper, 14 millimeter. I'll take a caliper hanger or some wire, put it right in this slot, and we'll hang it up. Nice and out of our way. Pull our pads off. Pull our hardware off, and you'll notice there's two different hardwares, one for the bottom and one for the top. Let me show you. The bottom has these little sideburns, so just like that, and then the top doesn't have anything, just regular, no sideburns. While our bracket's still on, I'll pull one slide pin out at a time. Just pull it, the rubber stays behind. We just want the pin. We'll wipe off that old grease. We'll apply new caliper grease. It's important that this grease is for calipers and not just any kind of petroleum grease. Got a little fuzz on it. Pull that off. Slide this in. I like to twist it as it goes in just to spread that grease around. Perfect. We'll do the same thing to the bottom. Now if you accidentally get them mixed up, the bottom has this little rubber piece on it. The top one doesn't. Wipe all that off. New grease. Slide that back in. Now the bottom one, sometimes that rubber likes to expand a little, creates a little seal. So just pushing it back and forth, and it'll finally fall in. Our caliper bracket bolts are 17 millimeter. The one on the bottom is just a regular socket. Ooh, that's hard. Ooh, nice and tight, wow. And the one on the top, we'll need a little extension to get past our strut bolt. Now we'll just buzz them out. Now with the top one, we want to make sure we don't go too far or our socket can get stuck in between the bolt for our strut. So we'll just go back so far. And then we'll pull it out and just do the rest by hand. There it is. Bottom one. Set this aside. Now let's get our rotor off. For that, we'll need a hammer. I like using a little sledgehammer. And we're just going to hit on the rim. That'll break it loose. There we go. And then I'll tap on it from the back. Perfect. While we're here, we'll take a drill with a cleaning wheel and just clean up our surface. There we go, nice and clean. Now if you live in an extra rusty place, we can put a little bit of anti-seize on our mating surface here. We don't want to put any on our studs, but just on our contact surface. But we don't have that problem here, so looks good. Let's prep our new rotor. Our new rotors come with a protective coating for storage. What we want to do is just take some brake clean, spray it off really well, and we'll wipe it down. Now this is some pretty potent stuff, so I like doing it in a well-ventilated area. We'll just spray it down. Wipe it off. We're just doing the best we can. Turn it over, spray it down, wipe it off. All right, that's it. Let's go install it. Installation is easy. We'll just put this right on, just like that. Now this will want to wobble on us while we're putting our brakes together. So what I like to do is just take one of our lug nuts, and then we'll put it on the bottom and just thread it down as far as we can. That's it. That just holds it a little better for us. Before installing our new hardware, we're going to take that same drill and cleaning wheel and clean off where the hardware goes. So just in these little channels, we'll clean them off. Just getting the majority of it. Now some people like to put a little bit of that caliper grease on our bracket before the hardware goes on. That's optional. I like just putting them on dry. See, it goes on like this. So we got our top one, clean shaven. Just press this down, just like that. Make sure it's all locked in. We'll flip it over. Then we got our sideburns. We'll put these on, push it in, All right, that's it. Put this on, thread our bolts in. Just suck them down. And these are 59 foot-pounds. On our pads, I like doing the outside first, and we can kind of get a sense of what needs to take place for the other side. It's harder to see on the back side, so understanding the process by doing it on the outer side just makes it a little easier. They have this little tab here. I like pulling it out just a little, just rebending it, and this goes on our sideburn. So we'll put that in first, push it down all the way, and then we'll bring this top slot over and in, just like that. We'll do the same thing to the back side, just this little tab. Just pull it down just a little. Push this on in the back, and there we go. And you didn't see me do that, but it's in and ready to go. Now let's do our caliper. Take this off. We're just gonna set it right here. We still have to push in our pistons. There's lots of piston tools that do the same thing. We're just pushing in our pistons a little further. I like this tool. Works kind of like a caulk gun. You just push on it, and then this rod pushes in on our caliper. Works pretty well. Because this is dual piston, I like using an old pad. Just put that in, push this in, and just squeeze it. Now you have the option to go up top and unscrew the cap on the master cylinder. That's up to you. It doesn't hurt either way. So we'll just squeeze this, push it in. Hopefully you can see that going in. All the way till we bottom out. Let me scroll you down. We'll just put this on here. Make sure our brake hose isn't twisted. Put our bolts in. We'll suck these down. And these are 20 foot-pounds. Click, click. All right, that's it. One thing I get asked is putting grease underneath our rattle shims. These are anti-squeal or anti-rattle shims. What I found over the years, even on factory brake pads, is when you pull these shims apart, there's no grease under there. If there was, it's dried out long ago. So I found that putting grease under these or not putting grease under these won't make or break a good brake job. What's more important is quality pads and a quality rotor. Now that this side is done, we'll go inside the vehicle, we'll push on the brake pedal about 3 or 4 times till it feels good and solid. That'll put brake fluid back into our caliper, slap the tire on, lower this side, hop over to the other side and do the same thing. Good job. All right, that's it. All in all, not too bad. The next thing we want to do is take it on a good break-in test drive. And how we do that is bring the vehicle up to about 35, 40 miles an hour and then come to a nice solid stop. Now we don't want to lock the brakes, we do want to feel a nice good grab, and then we'll do it again. Bring it back up, 35, 40 miles an hour, do the same thing. Come to a nice good stop, and we'll do that about 3 or 4 times, and your new brakes are ready to go. Thanks for watching. I'll have links in the description for all the parts and tools used. If you have any questions, comments, post down below. See you on the next one.